You hear that? Shh, shh, shh. You hear that? Me either. That's the big splash I was expecting to hear from the Saints in free agency, but they haven't done anything so far. I mean, they signed a couple players internally they brought back from wherever, but they haven't made any big moves like I expected them to make to try to get ready to push themselves over the top to get to that Super Bowl. But in this video, I'm going to talk about what they really have and have not done this offseason so far and what they need to do going forward. And we're starting right now. What up, dude? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. You guys already know this is a channel we might not tell you what you want to hear, but we're definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. And this is your first time here. On this channel, I give the recap and analysis of the best division in the NFL, the NFC South. So if you want to see more videos about the Saints, the Bucks, the Panthers, or the Falcons, and anything else about the NFL, go ahead, hit that subscribe button below and the bell button so you get a notification when I drop the video. And give this video a thumbs up, man. So I pretty much thought that the Saints were going to make some decent moves in free agency. I mean, they signed Kurt Coleman from the Panthers, the division rival, which is always funny to see that happen because you face a guy twice a year for some years. So you got a good scouting report and evaluation on him. So it was kind of funny to see them pull him away from a division rival. But once I saw they made that early move, I was expecting a lot more moves to follow. And yes, I will give them credit for addressing the safety position like I told them to do in my previous video about their offseason needs. If you did not see that video, I'll link it up in the cards or in the description below to see the offseason needs that I told them they needed to address. That way you can see what they've done and how far they've come and how much they have left to do. Anyway, Vaccaro's gone, of course. He was injured and he was a liability when he was in there. Kurt Coleman is a good vet presence. He knows the division already. So I'll say it was a pretty solid pickup on that part. And yes, I will give them credit for signing Patrick Robertson from the Eagles to come in and add some depth to that secondary. This guy has playoff experience from last year, and he knows what it takes to get to the mountaintop. So that's a good, solid signing there also. I do like the signing of Demario Davis to help beef up that linebacking core and help stop the run. A.J. Klein, we know he got hurt last year, and that kind of hurt the depth of that position. I mean, Manti Te'o stepped in and did okay, but Demario Davis is going to bring some toughness. He's a thumper. He can make the plays. He was a solid pickup, but nothing a big splash that I expect them to make defensively. And yeah, I know the Saints are kind of weary of making big splashes in free agency because the general management and everybody in the front office have made some poor decisions, and that's why they've been paying out so much dead money over the past few years, which is the reason why the team has struggled defensively. And now they got some young guys in there for the cheap that can step in and make plays. So I think they want to keep it balanced out that way and build through the draft. Isn't it amazing what happens when you finally have a decent draft and get some young guys who can come in and make plays? They're cheap. They got something to prove, and you don't have to pay them a ton of money. You're not on the hook for X amount of years down the road. Offensively, I said the priority was to sign Drew Brees and to find his predecessor. They've done the first part. They haven't done the second. They did get Drew Brees to a team-friendly contract. If you call 2 years, $50 million team-friendly, but that's a whole nother story and a whole nother video. But it's good they got him locked up for the Super Bowl push they can try to make in his last couple seasons in the NFL. But they have to be a little bit disappointed about not bringing Jimmy Graham back down south. Jimmy Graham hit the market, and it seemed like the talks were going pretty strong. He had some of his best career years in Seattle. Sean Payton knows how to use him in his offense. He's very creative. However, he went to play with the greatest quarterback in the league in Aaron Rodgers. You can't blame him there. It is what it is. I mean, we know what type of guy Jimmy Graham probably is. He's probably kind of selfish and self-centered. We see how he's braggadocious on the field. He wants the ball. He doesn't really want to block, and that's the perfect thing he can do in Green Bay. Clearly, the Saints are closer to a Super Bowl championship than the Packers, but whenever you got number 12 on your team playing quarterback, you always have a chance, so I understand that. However, bringing back Benjamin Watson is a solid replacement. I thought they may go draft. If you look at my mock draft I made, I got them picking Hayden Hurst out of South Carolina to get a young, big, athletic, raw tight end that has a lot of upside. I like to bring him in, but bringing Ben Watson in, not a bad pickup. I mean, he had a good year there. He has probably a few years left, maybe 1 or 2 seasons left in his NFL career. Why not bring him back to the team where he had some decent success? Over the losses up front with Zach Street to retirement, Esenio Clemente to free agency, it definitely hurts. But what are you gonna do, man? You can't keep everybody. The pickup of Jamon Bushride is a pretty solid pickup. He's a guy that knows the system. It won't be a big learning curve for him. He can come in and add some depth that we need to back up those injuries and back up the losses that we got this offseason. I still think wide receiver and tight end is a question mark going into the year that needs to be addressed. Probably in the draft. I thought they might have addressed it in free agency. Jordan Matthews was out there, but he just got signed by the Pats after they got rid of Cooks. Who saw that coming? Whoop, whoop. I give the Saints a B- so far. I wasn't expecting big splashes, but once I stepped back and thought, hey, let's not get in cap hell all over again and pay all these guys money that's not even on the roster like they've been doing the past few seasons, it made sense. So we'll see what happens in the draft. They need a hell of a draft again this year. Like I said, Hayden Hurst is my first round pick for them on my mock draft. If you want to see that, I'll link that in the video above also. However, let me know what grade you would give the Saints so far this offseason and what you think they need to address going forward that they haven't done yet. Do you agree with me? Let me know below. But with that being said, I'll see you next time.